welcome back to Roll for the Galaxy. We're playing a two-player full playthrough. I have the first expansion as well that we're playing with, and the expansion pack's called Ambition. And let's begin. This is going to be turns 8 and 9. We have a ton of dice to roll. We have two very expensive development, a very expensive world to colonize. Let's get to it. All right, what do we have here? Well, we have a couple of these dice. Now, we can use our special ability. You may reassign two exactly same dice to any phase you like. We're going to use our white world, which says you may reassign one or two white dice to become explorers or settlers. So you know what? We're going to make these settlers. We're just going to turn them into settlers. This one already is a settler. I guess we could use a produce. That's fine. We have a brown explorer. I wonder if we should do producing. There's so many choices now. It's almost getting a little bit crazy here with the dice. And that's what happens in the game. You start getting more and more and more dice. So do a brown ship. We'll do a dollar ship. We'll do an orange dollar produce, perhaps another ship. So that's if we just leave all the dice where we want them. What do we want to do, though? I think I want to take this brown ship and I want to make sure we produce this time. I think I'm going to take this blue die. We're going to turn the brown die into a produce die. We're going to take this. Okay, we're going to rearrange some of the stuff. We're going to take one of the searches. This we're going to use the white ability, which says we can turn any of one or two white die into whatever we want. So I'm going to make that a settler. We are going to make this one a settler. So we have 3 settlers. And now we can take two exactly... you may reassign exactly 2 same phase workers to the phase you select. So I can actually take these 2 produce and turn them into, or hang on, I'm going to take these 2 ship dice, and because they're the same symbol, and I'm going to turn them into settlers. So that's going to give me 5 settlers, and instead of definitely producing here, and put that back over an explorer, and I'm going to actually settle this time with that brown die. Actually, oh boy, this is getting crazy. I'm going to settle with the brown die. That guarantees I have 6 dice to get the Galactic Trendsetter, so that's going to happen. I've got a couple on development. I have 1 on produce and 2 on explore. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I know you probably couldn't see all of that, but that's how I'm going to set it up for my turn. Wow. All right, let's go to the dummy player and see what they're going to roll for turn 8. All right, dummy player rolls. That didn't quite land right. Dummy player rolls development. Okay, that's interesting. We're going to be developing this turn for sure, and we are making sure settling is happening. Now let's go over to the red player and see what they're doing. All right, and so the red player this turn is making sure exploring is happening. Definitely. So we're going to actually have explore, develop, and settle this time, and nothing else. So let's go over to us, and we'll perform those actions. All right, so we're definitely exploring, definitely developing, definitely exploring, producing not happening. 1 die goes back to the cup. Well, with these 2 explorers, I'm going to spend both of them to get money. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because we're going to have a lot of dice back in our area here very shortly. Developing. Now, this does have a $sign on it, but it's locked down now because there aren't 6 dice here. When this finally gets developed, that would go back in the cup, but it doesn't go in right now. It's going to be sitting there, locked in. And now we do have 6 dice that we've allocated here for doing the colonizing or settling of a world, and it's happening. Now, this one does have a $sign on it. It's going to go back in the cup. These other dice, however, are going back here, but we have just settled the Galactic Trendsetter world, and it's going to say gain $2 and 2 consumption purple dice into your citizenry when you place this world, and it's a 6-point world. So we get $2 up to 7, and we get 2 purple dice into our citizenry. I've got to dig them out of here. There's so many dice in this game when we colonize the world. So right on. That's good. We're doing quite well. And I think what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to finish off the phase here by doing our allocation. We have $7. We're going to spend it all, bouncing back to 1. So I'm going to take, that's 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. So 7 dice into our cup, leaving us 2 white. We have a huge free trade thing going on here if we can get it. And that's going to be it for us. So we're going to go over to the red player. They're going to do all their actions and then do their manage empire. All right, so they are going to explore, because exploring's happening. And of course with their yellow die, they get $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's their special ability. And they can now explore 3 more times. So for 1 more explore, they're going to get $2 more. And then for the 2 explore, they're going to pull 2 tokens out of the bag. And they do have to do with it in order. So they're going to pull 1 token, look at it, then they're going to pull the 2nd token and look at it, and make sure those things happen that way. Okay, and so what they want to do is they are going to take an alien research team. It says Explorer. You can draw and keep an extra tile at the end of this phase if you scouted with at least 1 alien technology die. Gain $1. So that's giving them even more money for exploring with alien technology die. And the other one, we don't know what it is because it goes on the bottom of their Settle World stack. All right. So of course producing wasn't happening, shipping isn't happening. Back in the bucket. But they are developing. They only have 2 development die. They have the same thing. There's going to be locked down on the 3, so not quite enough to do that yet, probably next turn. And settling's happening, so 3 dice here, boom, they have settled this world. All 3 of these go back in here, and let's have a look at it. It says gain a novelty cayenne good on this world when you place it. So they're going to get a blue cayenne die on here when they place it. And they're just going to go ahead and do their manage empire phase now. Which says they have $9. They have 2, 4, 6, 8 dice. They're going to spend 8 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, they're going to go down to $1. Wow, they're going to take all their dice into the bucket, which is again a mountain. And that is going to conclude it. And of course, we're going to turn over all these tokens again, getting prepared for turn 9. All right, back to us, the blue player, and we're going to roll our dice, and we're going to do turn 9. All right, so beginning of turn 9, a ton of dice to roll. And once again, we're going to have to figure out what we want to do with it. Well, explore. We're going to want to use those for exploring, I think, this time. We've got a shipping, we have a producing, we have developing, which we want. Another developing, which we want. Shipping, we don't have anything out on worlds, so we're going to leave that like that. Let's have a look here. And we don't really need the settle die, but we can turn that into an explore with our special ability. So we have 3 explore, 2 possible developments. I'm going to turn this blue into a development. I'm going to take the shipping, or actually, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to take the purple ship die and turn this one into a developed die. So that's going to give us 4 developments. And for the purple, what do we want to do? Maybe we'll throw it over here underneath Explore, in case Explore happens to give us a lot more money to get the dice back. And again, apologize, couldn't quite see that. So we're going to make sure developing happens so we can get this world. We have 4 explorers, may or may not happen. And that's just going to return to the bucket. All right, over to the red player, or sorry, over to the dummy player. We're going to see what they roll up. Let's hope they roll Explore. All right, rolling for the dummy player. They get a ship. So shipping is going to happen. Whoops. All right, that's interesting. All right, over to the red player and see what they chose this time. All right, so the red player has chosen to settle. And of course they're doing that because we have no planets to settle. And I also forgot, we are doing developing, so I forgot to flip this tile over on the dummy player area. So we're developing and we're shipping and we are also settling this turn. All right, let's go back to us, blue player, and we're going to do either developing, settling, and then shipping. All right, so us, the blue player, no exploring. That's pretty sad. So but those 4 dice go back in our buckets. That's okay. This goes back in because that was our dictator die. We have 4 for developing, and that is going to take the grand total of this free trade association to 6. So we are going to place it out, and this has a $sign back in our bucket. Our captain's a $sign back in the bucket. Not bad. And we've just got ourselves a 6-point development. Free trade association. However, we don't have any of these Cayenne worlds for victory points at the end of the game. However, it says ship $2 at the end of this phase. So now that we've put this out, it happens. The develop happens before the ship phase. So because shipping is happening this turn, guaranteed, we just automatically, because we're the Free Trade Association now, it says ship. The ship happens, it does +2 at the end of this phase. So at the end of the ship phase, boom, we get $2 just cuz. And I'm going to end up going ahead and doing my Manage Empire right now as well. So we have $3 to spend. Boom, I'm going to spend it all. And we're going to take the brown, the yellow, and yeah, the entrepreneur dice. Throw them in our bucket for next turn. So that's pretty good for us. And that's going to conclude our turn 9, basically. And now we're going to go over to the red player, end up this episode. They get to do all of their fun stuff. They're going to be developing, settling, and possibly shipping. All right, so no exploring. Goes away. No producing goes away, but the rest is going to happen. And yeah, we can see all the dice. All right, so they're going to develop. Boom! Developing happens. They actually get 3 on their alien research team, and now this die, because it had the $sign on it, back in the bucket, they have just researched the alien research team. And that means that every time they explore, draw and keep an extra tile. So they get to draw 1 extra tile. So if they explore 4 times, they can draw 5 tiles and keep 2. Draw and keep an extra tile at the end of this phase. If you scouted with at least an alien technology L die, you get $1. So this is going to allow them now, if they scout, or sorry, scouting is when you go and reach in the bag, they get $1. And if they do a stocking action, they're going to get $4. So they've got all kinds of alien dice giving them extra dollars during the explore phase. So they're going to want to make sure they have their alien dice in the cup and use them for exploring, which is going to give them a big benefit. They have 4 dice here now, which go for settle. However, that world is a 5, so it didn't quite do it. Shipping happens. They have a shipping die. Now the purple die counts as all colors when you consume or trade, I think. I'm just going to double check the rule on that and come right back. All right, so a quick check of the rules. When you use a purple die for either, if it's on a world as a good or you use it to ship, it matches all colors. And so they're going to go up here and they're going to ship off the prosperous world. Now they could take $3 for that, or they can take 3 victory points. And they are going to take the 3 victory points, which is consuming. And because they have the minor research labs, it says ship +1 victory point for each you consume on green or yellow worlds. Well, that's a blue world, so that doesn't work. So they are going to go back here. They're going to get 3 victory points for doing that. So 1, 2, 3 into their area. And that's going to end off turn 9. Now they get to do the end of the manage the empire. So boom, boom, 1 die. I think they're going to, which do they want? I think they're going to want their red one because it has the most odds to do settling and developing. All right, that is going to conclude turn 9. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Join me next time for the continuation of Roll for the Galaxy, dice chucking game where you're trying to get the most points for the end of the game. So far we both have, what do we have, 6, 7, we both have 9 tiles out. When we get to 12 tiles, the game ends. If all the 24 victory point tokens are taken before that happens, the game will also be in its end phase and will add up points. So far, we're, I guess as a point recap, we have 18, 20, we have 30 points plus the 3 extra. We have 33. These guys have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 19, 22. So we are quite far ahead right now. However, we have nothing on the development area. They've got a 5-point world plus something else under it ready to just come up. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Join me next time for the continuation of Roll for the Galaxy 2-player complete game.